They said he killed his best friend. But what he said in court left the entire room silent. They grew up side by side. Two little boys chasing basketballs through potholes and dreaming about getting out. Same block, same struggle, same empty fridge at the end of the month. But one of them didn't make it out alive. And the other, he'd never be the same again. Deshaun Miller and Jamal Pearson were more than best friends. They were brothers, bonded not by blood, but by pain. They shared socks when one lost his pair. Shared sandwiches when school lunch just wasn't enough. When the world turned its back, they leaned on each other. But then, things changed. It didn't happen all at once. No big explosion. Just little cracks. Jamal started hanging out with a different crowd. Older dudes. Heavy pockets. Fast cars. He told Deshaun it was just to make money. Just for a little while. Just till things got better at home. But when you're from the South Side, a little while can turn into a lifetime. By 17, Jamal was deep in the game. Not just weed, he was holding weight, running drops, staying out all night. Deshaun begged him to leave it behind. "This ain't you, bro," he said. "We were supposed to do this different." But Jamal laughed it off. Said he had it under control. He didn't. March 3, 2024. A night that changed everything. Deshaun was on his porch, scrolling through his phone, when he saw Jamal sprinting down the street. Hoodie soaked, eyes wide, blood on his hands. He wasn't just scared. He was shattered, shaking, talking fast, saying someone got shot during a deal, that the crew thought he snitched. And now, they were coming for him. "They think you were with me," Jamal whispered. "You gotta hide me, bro. Just for a bit. Please." Deshaun didn't hesitate. He let him in. Because what else do you do when your brother's running for his life? But the next 2 days were like watching someone unravel thread by thread. Jamal stopped sleeping, started pacing, jumping at every sound, talking to people who weren't there. The boy Deshaun once knew? He wasn't in that room anymore. Then, Deshaun found the gun, tucked in Jamal's backpack, loaded, still warm. He asked Jamal what really happened that night. Who got shot? Who died? Jamal's eyes went dark. He said people were talking, that someone had to pay, that nobody could be trusted, not even Deshaun. "I brought you in this," Jamal muttered. "I'll take you out with it." He raised the gun. And that's when it happened. The struggle was fast. Hands flailing. Voices raised. A shot rang out. And just like that, Jamal hit the floor. One bullet. 1 second. One silence. Deshaun dropped to his knees, held his best friend's body, screamed his name. But Jamal was already gone. By the time the police arrived, all they saw was a young black man standing over a dead body with a gun nearby. They didn't ask questions. They didn't look twice. To them, it was open and shut. Gang beef. Another statistic. Just another day in the cycle. But Deshaun wasn't a gangbanger. He wasn't some street monster. He was a kid who had to choose between dying or pulling the trigger on someone he loved. The courtroom was packed. The prosecution showed baby pictures of Jamal. Cap and gown photos. Birthday clips. They painted Deshaun as jealous. Said he couldn't handle his friend's success in the game. That he wanted the money, the power. But Deshaun wasn't there to lie. He took the stand. Face pale. Voice trembling. He told the truth. He told them about the sleepovers. About riding bikes past curfew. About how Jamal once gave him the last piece of cornbread even though he hadn't eaten all day. He told them about the fear in Jamal's eyes the night he came running. How the streets had chewed him up, spat him back out, and left a shell of the boy he once knew. And then, he looked straight at Jamal's mother. And the courtroom went still. "He was my brother," Deshaun said, voice cracking. "And I failed him. I didn't pull that trigger to kill him. I pulled it to stop him. Because in that moment, he wasn't Jamal anymore. He was gone. The streets took him before I did. And I'll carry that every day of my life." Jamal's mother cried quietly. No words, just tears. The jury found Deshaun not guilty of murder, but guilty of possession. He'd still serve time, but not for taking a life. And when the trial ended, something happened that no one expected. Jamal's mother stood up. She walked across the aisle and hugged Deshawn's mom. Two women, one grieving a son, the other grieving the boy hers used to be. They didn't speak. They didn't have to, because in that moment, everyone in the courtroom finally understood. This wasn't just a story about a shooting. This was a story about what happens before the trigger is pulled, about what happens when nobody listens, when mental health is ignored, when trauma goes untreated, when boys are forced to become soldiers just to survive. Deshawn didn't walk out of that courtroom a free man. He walked out with chains heavier than any prison could hold. Chains of guilt, of memory, of silence. And that silence still echoes, because in the end, the streets didn't just take Jamal. They took both of them.